And I keep forgetting to do it. But it's just like, I keep forgetting to do it because it's so weird. You can't do it on the website. Like, after they sent me the bill, I went back to the website, logged in, and there's nothing. Like, even when I went to do the thing, it looked like I wasn't even going to get charged anything.
Yeah, that's more than full time. That's a lot. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what else is a lot? This episode of the Halcyon Frequency podcast, because you know what? This is, get ready for it, episode 69.
Nice.
Thank you. Okay, I was waiting for that. Perfect. But yeah, it's me, FG, again, hosting. Hello, and with me I have Kiri and Suwey. We're recording this on May 10th, and this episode will air live on May 14th. And how are you two doing today? How's it going, Suwey? Over there in the evening on the other side of the world.
It's doing good. I've been going ham with job applications because I recently had a mental breakdown and realized that I just need structure in my life and I can't really push myself to have structure.
Yeah, that seems familiar sometimes.
I can't keep myself honest, man. I need something keeping me honest.
Gotcha.
It's great to realize that, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does help if you have, like, you know, structure going on. Like, you know, like, okay, at this time I need to be there, and at this time I'll be free of that place. Helps so much to, like, structure everything else. And how are you doing this morning, Kiri?
I'm good. Yeah. Slept well. I'm awake. Can't complain.
That sounds good. Yeah, awake is pretty good. Considering we're like recording a podcast episode. I would be impressed if you were asleep, actually, to be fair.
Like, true, but as a child I did sleepwalk. Not sure
Me
if I ever
too.
talked, but at least I was walking around and looking alive.
Oh, I have a good sleepwalking story as a child. I mean, it's quite common for children to sleepwalk, right? I have a good one, though. I apparently once... my parents were still up. They were in the living room watching TV, and we had, you know, like one of those 80s, 90s, like giant, massive cupboard wall in the living room with like cabinets, and like, you know, there was like a spot for the TV and a spot for the stereo and that sort of stuff, right? And there were drawers like low to the ground. So I walked apparently into the living room, pulled out a drawer, turned around and said, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom now." So my parents just panicked and like moved me into the bathroom. I didn't go to the bathroom because I was sleepwalking, and then they realized, and then they just put me back to bed.
Oh, that's great.
But I'm pretty sure they had like a mild heart attack.
Yeah,
because they were thinking that there was just gonna be in the drawer. Oh God, yeah,
that's
those
funny.
massive things. And now they're so ugly, and they were so expensive as well, like thousands and thousands of euros.
My parents have one too in the living room.
Everybody did, right? And it's oh God. Nowadays it's like, I mean, we have storage too, but nothing like that, because God.
You need storage, but now it's definitely less is more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Changed so much.
I mean, back then, I feel like people did try to collect things a bit more, and now we're a little more minimalist than we were. Like, I know my parents are a different generation. They are boomers, and they like having a lot of stuff, and I very much am just like, only the bare necessities, you know? I mean, I still have like some decorative stuff, but...
Yeah,
I
definitely
don't, like,
not as much, yeah.
Clutter bugs me.
Same.
Yeah, I me too. I do tend to accumulate stuff over time, but I also like I like get like massively rid of stuff as well. Every few years it's like, okay, do I use this? No, goodbye.
And it's so satisfying to do that.
It is, yeah.
I love
It feels so much lighter to do. Like, you feel so much lighter when you've done it, is what I'm trying to say and feeling. Yeah, definitely good. We like, neither Lex nor I are like super trendy people, right? Not really, because we just don't care. But our house is like super trendy right now, because we are like, everything is either gray, white or black. Like that's like the only colors in the house. Except for our bed. Our bed is blue. But like everything else is just a gray, black, or white, which is like apparently like super on trend right now.
Okay. I keep trying to get Suwey to get pink bedding and pink various things. It doesn't go well. Like he won't even get pink sheets, and I'm like, dude, look how cute these sheets are, and he just goes, veto.
Yeah, I would also not like it.
I've gotten obsessed with pink lately. I went through a phase where I absolutely hated it, and like it's slowly starting to overtake blue as my favorite color.
I mean, that's okay. That's fine, right?
Yeah, no. It's like I have this new appreciation for it again, though. Like it was like my teenage years, I was very much like, no, anti-pink. Like I will not even wear pink, you know? And I'm just like, oh, it's so cute. It's pink.
I mean, hey, I think that's totally okay. That's yeah, if that's your color, then that's your color.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I viewed it as childish as a teen, and now I'm like, ooh, but it's kind of refined though.
Yeah, I think you're just starting to grow into that, you know, you're coming to your like into your own, and you kind of just go like, you know what, I just like what I like, and I don't care what other people think or say. Like it takes a while to get to that mindset over time, definitely. Like because you know, when you're a teen, there's a lot of peer pressure still to like certain things and not like certain things and that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Even subconsciously. And now I'm like, well, sorry, I still really like video games. They're really cool, and I like nerdy t-shirts, so screw you. If you don't like them, whatever. No, that's what I do, right? Like you just kind of grow into not giving a crap.
True. I mean, I'm comfortable like going to the grocery store in PJ pants and Crocs now. Like
Nice.
I wouldn't have been caught dead in that in public as a teen. Actually, I wouldn't have been even caught dead wearing Crocs as a teen. And now I'm just like, dude, they're so comfy.
Really? That's so like,
Yeah.
did that also extend to like joggers, aka sweatpants? Because when I went to school in the US, like everybody just wore t-shirts and sweatpants.
No,
to school.
my age, we were all doing like, I mean, I was in the group that did band tees and jeans. And then like Converse. I was like that somewhat edgy group, you know?
Yeah, I gotcha.
We called ourselves edgy, but really we were just tomboys.
Gotcha. Nah, when I was in the US, it was sweatpants, t-shirts, hoodies if it were cold, and sneakers or flip-flops. That's like what we wore. And then German school for me was the complete opposite, because everybody wore like not really fancy clothes, but I think we were all trying to like appear as adult as possible. So it was like nice jeans or like you know, like cloth trousers, high heels, or at least shoes with a heel, blouses and cardigans. Like we were like trying to be so refined. Yeah, but everybody in my class like ran around like that. Like even the guys, they did like t-shirts and cardigans, or like shirts and cardigans and stuff like that. I don't know why. And now it's like I don't think I've worn a blouse in I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not even sure like what classifies between a shirt and a blouse. Like I'm doing job interviews and I'm just too like, dude, I don't even know if my shirt is nice enough. I'm just hoping.
Well, blouse is usually just a shirt for women because it has room for, you know, the boobies usually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's usually what it is. But it's usually like basically like it has like a collar and like, you know, buttons and stuff like that. But it's got
you're
booby
thinking
space.
of a polo. No, you're not. You're thinking of Yeah,
polo shirts are different. Polo shirts are polo shirts.
I mean,
they can be nice too.
My interview shirt is a polo shirt. It's one that Suwey actually made me try on as a meme because it's navy blue and it has a bunch of like little crabs on it. And I was just like, this looks so dumb. And then he was like, yes, but you have to try it on. And I'm like, fine, whatever. And then we looked at the price and it was on clearance for like $4. And it fits like really well. It's my best fitting shirt. And it angers me
Nice.
a little bit.
No, that makes it easy though, because now you can just go buy the same shirt but in different colors, and you know it's gonna fit amazingly.
It was on clearance.
Yeah, when the stuff is on clearance. Yeah, you just get the same type. Yeah.
There is no others. It's the only
Really?
one we could find, yeah.
Aww.
Maybe the same brand I can find, but
yeah, I've tried the same brand, like just look online and find it there, because that makes shopping so easy.
but it's like so not my style. And like it's your okay, I feel weird saying this, but it's kind of like your stereotypical like polo that like in stereotypes lesbians wear.
Okay.
You know, like in every single way they're portrayed in that they, especially like in like 5 years ago, would be portrayed on like shows and stuff. It'd always be that kind of an outfit. And I mean, it's not how it is anymore, but
it's also as you said, it's a stereotype. It's a stupid stereotype, but yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. And it's just like a funny thing where I'm just like, this is just so not me, but it looks so good.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's a pretty good intro to this episode of the Halcyon Frequency podcast. So we're gonna go hop to a very quick break, and then we're gonna come right back talking about the games that we've been playing. And we're back with episode 69. Nice. Of the Halcyon Frequency podcast. And we're here to talk about the games that we've been playing. Suwey, I see you have dipped your toes into CDDA, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. How are you liking it? And how punishing has it been?
So, I did it with like following a tutorial and having a member in chat guide me through it. They did the 50k channel point reward I have where people can pick a game for me to play. And so they walked me through a ton of stuff, and I didn't get very far. And I didn't actually die. I did 4.5 hours, but I didn't really do much. But it was really fun. I feel like by the end, I had a decent grip on the basics, but I just didn't really have a goal in mind that I felt like was attainable. So I don't know, I feel like I could enjoy it more, but it's gonna be like, I'll have to try it on very varied times. Like Zomboid took me a while to really like pick up, because it's just so, like, I don't know, is obtuse the right word?
Yeah, definitely, I would agree. Yeah.
It just takes a lot, and I feel like I'd get burnt out before I learned it if I didn't take it slow.
Gotcha. Were you playing the free version, or were you playing on Steam?
I was playing the free version using like this fancy launcher thing.
Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, because CDDA just recently launched on Steam as well. So you can buy it now. If I recall correctly, it also comes with graphics on the Steam version, right? Yeah, I think it does.
What else had a graphics pack? It was really pretty, actually.
It had one in already. Yeah, I guess maybe they yeah. I guess they've baked that into the launcher as well. I haven't tried CDDA in like forever. I tried, wasn't really quite my jam at the time, but maybe I have to give it another shot. Now I kind of wish we had Blind on, because then you could like both talk about like traditional roguelites, because CDDA is a very much a traditional roguelite.
Yeah, it was my first dip into really doing that sort of thing. So I didn't really know what I was doing, and it was definitely overwhelming, especially because, like, I don't know, it sounds like the keybinds are pretty standard, but I don't know standard keybinds, right? So it's very much, most of it was learning the keybinds and figuring out how things worked, how combat works, like the fact that, you know, you can stand still for a turn to do combat, you know, and that took me a while to kind of get the handle on it, because at first I was trying to move every single time, and yeah, it was overwhelming, but it wasn't bad. I feel like I'd need another couple play sessions that were heavily guided before I'd be able to really have a good opinion.
Gotcha. But
I did get a motorcycle to work.
Nice. That's good.
I just hopped on it and it worked. And let me tell you, driving is really hard. Do not drive at night without a light on.
That sounds dangerous. Yeah, that's also good advice.
Yeah, the little fungus creatures. Yeah, you don't see them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's also good advice for actual IRL. Do not turn your lights on when you drive at night.
Yes, very important.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm glad. Sounds like it was it didn't manage to scare you off. That's, I think, already a win.
Yeah.
Because if you've never done a traditional roguelike, they are definitely, they can be, if you're not used to like all of the systems. And CDDA also is one of the games, one of the traditional roguelikes that has so many different systems as well baked into it, because it's been a game that's been worked on for so long.
Yeah. My chat was saying that like they do like 4 or 5 updates a day sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it's absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But anyway, speaking of being scared away from games, fun fact, I've played Darkest Dungeon 1, and it is too dark and dreary for me. I can't do dreary games. They just make me sad. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't get that. Because, so Sue brings this up because both Kiri and I have played recently Darkest Dungeon 2, because that came out on the 8th of May. And I don't find it dreary. I actually really like the universe, like the whole occultism, cult tentacle things. I don't know. And then like with Wayne June, like narrating everything. It was like yesterday when I was playing it, I was just the entire time I was just like, I need this man to narrate my life. Please,
please.
I love it. How have you been liking Darkest Dungeon 2 and the very changed progression compared to Darkest Dungeon 1?
I love it, honestly. I had a smile on my face the whole stream, I think. I was just so happy going back into that atmosphere and the world, and then having that narrator. It's just the art style. It's so good. I absolutely love it. About the progression, I like this way with the altar and collecting those candles for doing certain things and then spending them to pick and choose what you like. I like that so much more than at the start of early access, where it was fixed basically, or random. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, it was fixed. I think. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Sorry, I only played the first act when it came out as an early access game. So I've got about 20 hours in Darkest Dungeon 2 early access. And then I didn't play at all until this week and version 1. So it's completely different for me now.
Same.
But I like what I see much better than the start of early access.
Yeah, me too. I think the early access meta progression system was always supposed to be temporary or not like refined yet. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's how it was. And yeah, you kind of stole everything that I was going to say.
It's so good.
Because I also really like it. So I've played a decent chunk of Darkest Dungeon. I've never finished Darkest Dungeon 1 ever. It's such a daunting thing.
It is.
Because there's so much to do, especially if you've got the DLCs as well. And the DLCs are so cool, but like they add so much more to it. And it's just such a almost, it feels like insurmountable hill compared to like with Darkest Dungeon 2, because it's like it's run based. So you can't just jump in for, I don't know, like an hour, get a run in, get some progression in, and then you do something else later. I don't know. I've also been really liking it. I've just been really enjoying it as well. It's been really good. I really, really, really enjoyed it yesterday. To be fair, I was sponsored for it yesterday. I have to put that in there. Yeah, I was like, I am sponsored to play this, but I also really love this game. This game is amazing. Like I was just like that the entire time, because it's just great. Like, yeah, as you said, the atmosphere, because it just picks right off where the first one stopped, and it just pulls you back into that world, and I really like the new progression actually, because it even if you fail, like you still progress and
Yeah.
yeah. I
It
don't
makes the
know.
whole game less daunting.
It does,
Because
yeah.
my issue with Darkest Dungeon at first was I bought it off stream because I wasn't even streaming at that time. I bought it, I started it, I failed, and I got frustrated and said, all right, well, it's too hard. I don't want to do this. And then early on in my streaming career, I picked it back up. And I don't know, with chat being there and holding me accountable, I could actually make it through the game and I finished it and I've got over 180 hours in it. And it's so amazing. But the whole run-based meta progression thing makes it so much nicer to do. Because yes, it's really hard. And I'd say it's even harder because you have the meta progression and you're supposed to die.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
it doesn't feel as bad. I remember feeling absolutely horrible losing my heroes because they were, I don't know, level something and had the skills and good equipment. And then you just lost it. It was devastating.
Yeah,
But now it doesn't really matter. Like it's cool. Sure.
because you still have progression,
fine.
right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I attempted 2 bosses yesterday. One I saw in early access, but I honestly didn't remember the mechanics. The other one was completely new to me. And it was just okay because I went in with the mindset of, all right, well, let's see what the boss does and how it works. Let's figure out the mechanics. If we fail, it's all right. We're just going to try again with the same setup, basically, next turn. Next expedition.
Yep.
Like, yeah. So it feels much more forgiving as a run-based game.
It does, yeah, because because you just have that whole you progress even if you die,
Yes.
mechanic in there. Yeah, I feel exactly the same. Yeah, I beat Act 1, but I haven't managed to beat Act 2 because for Act 2 you have to get clear layer and layers are hard.
I don't think I've been to one yet.
They
I
are
just
hard.
ran straight to the bosses and died.
Yeah, once you go to Act 2, you have to have a layer trophy to be able to actually even attempt the mountain boss.
Ah, right.
To enter
so
the
like
mountain.
with the boss trophy in Act 1.
Yeah. You need
Cool.
that.
I like that.
Yeah, and layer bosses are hard because it's like several fights back to back. There's like you have two normal groups and then you have a boss fight and it's hard because the boss will kick your butt.
Yeah.
At least for me, because I've done a couple of hero shrines, but I like basically when I had like the run that I won, and I got like 80 candles for, I just unlocked all the other classes. That's what I spent like most of those candles on. So I have lots of like hero shrine stories to do now to get like the additional skills unlocked and whatnot before the new classes are like, I mean, they're obviously usable, but obviously like the more complex skills are locked away behind meta progression at the moment. So I need to do.
So the real question is, are these candles scented?
If
they are, what do they smell like?
No, they're boring white church candles.
They smell like desperation.
Yeah. Well, but they're not candles of desperation. They're candles of hope, aren't they? Because you spend them at an altar of hope, so maybe they have a nice scent.
Maybe they do.
But honestly, I'd rather prefer them not to be scented because scented candles give me headaches.
Same.
Me too.
I don't like them.
My dad like got into candle making so he could make my family pretty colored candles that were unscented.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh my god, you know what's even worse than like scented candles? Those oil diffusers or like these sticks that you can. Oh god, I hate them so much.
What about the wax melts?
They're also bad.
Those are the
like
worst.
they're oh god, all these artificial smells. Like going into perfume store is like the worst.
That is
I can't.
That is rough. Yeah.
I just start sneezing, eyes watering, headache instantly. Like,
yeah, it's just bad.
When I worked retail, I worked at a home store, like home goods type place. And and there was a cleaning aisle and a candle aisle, and I just told my manager I can do the side of the floor that's like, because they split the store in half, right? I can do the side that has those aisles, but one of my coworkers has to come and do those specific aisles, and they're just like, all right, and then they never scheduled me to that side again.
Nice.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah, that's good that they were accommodating like that. Definitely. Nice.
I want to mention one thing that I don't like about Darkest Dungeon 2 is that the camera does this weird zooming in, zooming out thing in combat, and then rotating to something that's on the side when you go with the stagecoach. Like, once you make it to a node, the camera does this really, really nice and smooth zooming in camera rotation to the side, and it looks cool. But with my simulation sickness, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of non-player directed camera movement in the game. That's for sure. Yes. Yeah, it's been surprisingly okay for me. The one thing that I didn't like that much was like when you drive through the tangle, your path that you're driving through is like super narrow and you can't see anything. Yeah. Like that's been a bit meh, but everything else has been actually surprisingly non-triggering for me, which is nice. Also, I'm gonna like give you a tiny spoiler, Kiri, but animal layers have spiders.
Oh, I saw that on somebody else's stream yesterday, and holy, they look scary.
I think they're not.
They're really well made.
Yeah, but, like all of the animations, but yeah, the game could definitely do with an arachnophobia mode.
Yes.
Like I looked at this and I was like, I literally said on stream like, oh god, I don't think this is not gonna work for Kiri, because they're like.
I'll make it work because it's Darkest Dungeon 2, but I will be uncomfortable. Yes.
Yeah, they're definitely very well. Like they feel very like skittish. Like I think that's the best word to describe it. Like realistically skittish. So yeah, exactly.
Do you guys handle other bugs like ants and stuff in games, or is it just spiders for you guys?
It's just spiders.
Oh, I don't have arachnophobia. I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind.
I can't handle I can't play grounded because I can't handle the ants. Like anything creepy crawly freaks me out. They're huge, and honestly, they're kind of spider-like in a way.
Yeah, I guess
it freaks me out.
Yeah.
It's really funny because I don't mind scorpions, for example.
And I'm fine with those, but
it's I don't know. It's just spiders. Spiders are different.
Yeah, for me, luckily, it's not a problem. Like, if there's suddenly a spider in my face, I get startled because it's like, oh, there's something in my face. Oh, surprise! But it's not like, oh my god, spider! I'm gonna freak out. Luckily,
I mean, I live where there's black widows, so
yeah. But I mean, like, we technically also have like, we don't have spiders that can kill you, but we have spider bites that like technically could like irritate your skin.
Okay.
But I still don't mind spiders. Like, yeah, I'm okay with spiders. But you know what? Let's not talk about that anymore.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ooh. No, it's fine.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
I was just thinking, like, I just wanted to bring the warning up. So that's
thank you.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I wanted to do.
Saw it.
yeah, I gotcha. So instead, like, let's talk about something else that Kiri doesn't like. Tell me about coffee talk, Suwey.
Wait, why does Kiri not like? Does she not like coffee?
I don't drink
She doesn't
it.
like coffee.
Me either.
It smells
actually
really bad and it tastes horrible.
For me, it just doesn't settle in my stomach. But I actually really like the game. It's just a cute little like kind of. It's a alternate reality game where you're in an overnight coffee shop in Seattle. But it's alternate reality in the fact that like there's like a bunch of different what's the word? I want to say races, but it's not talking about like color of skin. It's like
species,
mermaids and werewolves and that sort of thing. Is races
fantasy
the
races?
Right word?
Yeah,
okay.
fantasy races. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it's really cute. I've really enjoyed it. I finished Coffee Talk 1 recently, and I've kind of started Coffee Talk 2 on stream, but the issue with the game is it is kind of super visual novel-y, And so it's hard to stream like a game with too much talking because your voice is just dead after like an hour or two for me.
Yeah,
so
same.
it's kind of hard to stream it, but I'm really enjoying it, so I don't want to like not stream it. So
maybe just do it in short bursts, like do an hour or two here and there. Yeah, it's the same with like it's usually visual novels and then non-voice acted CRPGs that I have the problem for me. I love CRPGs and I would love to stream like all of them, but hardly any of them are voice acted. Sorry, it's just incredible. It was the same with like what's it called? The detective one, Help, that got voice acting later on.
Yes, Decluttering.
Yes, thank you. That everybody loved. Yeah, Disco Elysium had the same problem when it came out, with not being voice acted, but they fixed that, which is good. Also, and I know like I do this every time when we talk about when I talk about CRPGs and voice acting, but that's why Expeditions Rome was so cool, because it was all voice acted. It was amazing. I love that game. Anyways.
I love it so much when games have voice acting. Like even in, for example, My Time at Portia, like all the characters their lines are voice acted, you know? Like just having voice acting puts so much life into games, in my opinion.
It does.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. And it gives you a chance to like also rest your voice when you're streaming, which is also really nice.
Drink some water for a change.
True. But even when you're not streaming, I really like voice acted games. Because Disco Elysium, for example, I started it before it had voice acting. It was great, but it didn't really grab me. And then I continued, I don't know, months later after they added voice acting, and then I loved it. It just changed my game experience so much.
It does, yeah. Because you kind of assign them like different voices and personality in your head, but it's always more in your face and more immersive if you actually like have it spoken out loud at you, I think, at least for me.
Me too.
Yeah. Nice. That's cool. Coffee Talk is definitely also on my list to play eventually at some point in time, like just as a me game, because it just seems like kind of cozy in a way.
It is. It's super cozy.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list. But yeah, there's so many games on my list. We all know that problem, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mine too.
So I actually got to play. This was last Friday already. Now the beta is like available for everyone. But I got to play the closed beta of Park Beyond, which is a amusement park building game that's coming out next month on the 15th of June. It's by Limbic Entertainment, published by Bandai Namco, and it's an amusement park builder that is reminiscent of the old roller coaster tycoons. And I actually really liked it. Like it's basically a modern Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, because so much is just inspired by Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like you've got your pre-built rides, you can make your roller coasters, you have the whole lineup queue thing that you gotta build, and you gotta build an exit, and you have entertainers, and then you have to have your janitors running around cleaning up, and your repair people repairing and all that sort of stuff, and you have to have the shops that sell stuff. You can increase the prices for certain things if you sell lots of salty food and all that. You can all do all of that sort of stuff. But then it also has the design stuff to a degree that Planet Coaster had. But you don't really have to do it as much as it was because in Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, the design aspect is super important, right? Because it adds to your to people's to your visitors' score and that sort of stuff, like whether or not they're enjoying it, and it helps stuff. And you have to really go into it if you want to have a really good park. Whereas in Park Beyond, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. You can just do it like you did in Roller Coaster Tycoon, but in a modern game engine. And I really liked it. It was really cool. And the other cool thing is, for the coasters, they are non-realistic roller coasters. So you can have like in the middle of the track, your cart just goes off the track and gets shot through a cannon and then enters another cannon and then it's back on the track and all sorts of crazy things like that. Cool. And I just love it. It's just really cool. And you have like different decoration themes and all that sort of stuff. Like I need to play more of the beta. I haven't yet. The beta's still open for quite a while. But it's just so reminiscent of old school Roller Coaster Tycoon. And I really enjoyed it. And it has like more of the, like, you can do the design stuff as much as you want. Like you can design crazy things in it as well. But you can also just focus on the management stuff if you want to. Ooh. And it's really cool. Yeah, and the closed beta lasts till the 19th. You can sign up through Steam and then hopefully get picked. And yeah, it's just really cool. It's just really cool. It has a campaign and then it has free play mode, you know, like that. I just really like I had a really good time with it. I don't know, because obviously this was a beta. I was also not paid to play this, so this is not sponsored or anything like that. I just got access to the beta. But we might need to wait for the full game, obviously, to assess this properly. We might actually have a modern successor to the old school Roller Coaster Tycoon games at our hands here. Like, it depends on how much there is actually in the finished game, because obviously the beta has, like, you know, not everything unlocked. Like, it only has like one theme, for example. It only has the Western theme for decorations unlocked, for example, and not everything else. But like, we might actually have a modern like Roller Coaster Tycoon in our hands here, which would be awesome. Because Planet Coaster is cool, but it's not Roller Coaster Tycoon, because you have like so much focus on the whole design aspect, which just frustrates the heck out of me because I can't be bothered.
Same.
And with Park Beyond, you don't really have to do that. Because
I like that a lot, because Planet Zoo, yes, if you have a creative mind like that, you can come up with the most amazing designs. And then there's me, and I just get frustrated because I like what everybody else is doing, but I just want to get it from the workshop. I mean, that works too, but it's like, don't force me to be creative when I don't want to be.
Me too. Oh.
Yeah. Bel's stuff that he built is so amazing, and I'm just like, I don't have the patience for this.
Me neither, but yeah, Bell is so creative when it comes to that. Also, when he played City Skylines, I love that.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm like, I can't. No, which is why rather than a City Skylines 2, I just want a new modern Sim City. Just give me a grid and let me build my city on a grid. Let me do it, please.
I actually like if it's not grid based though. That's okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just want a Sim City.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want a Sim City. Oh, SimCity 2013 is already 10 years old. It's been 10 years. I feel so old.
That's a while, yeah.
Yeah, because that was actually one of the games, like that was like one of the first big game launches that I watched, that I was part of on Twitch. And like GTA 5 and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I like, it was like, I got to experience the train wreck of SimCity 13, like communally on Twitch, and how everybody was like super excited, and then we got SimCity 2013 and everyone was just like, oh no, what is this? But yeah, there's that. But talking, like, this is going back to what we were talking about earlier, CRPGs. I see you have Divinity Original Sin 2 on your list, Suwey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Suwey and his friend have convinced me to play Divinity Original Sin 2, and usually I'm not really like a CRPG or a turn-based person, but I think it's changing my mind on that. It's just so good. Like, I'm obsessed with playing it, and like anytime the three of us all have available, we're playing, and it's just been such a good time. We've barely gotten off the tutorial island, but
yes, the tutorial island
really
takes a while. Yeah,
it does.
It's a great game. It's a great game, and the fact that you can play it multiplayer is awesome.
Absolutely.
we all have our own characters, and it's a bunch of fun. And there's a lot of me wandering off. Guys, come help! I started a fight.
That reminds me of Mystery.
Yeah. Because we played together. FD Lex, Mystery, and I, and it was great.
Yeah, it's great.
Good times.
Can't wait for Heckin' Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes.
See, now I'm hyped for it too.
yeah, because same studio, and it's Baldur's Gate 3 has like so much lore attached to it already, but Larian, I know they're just gonna knock it out of the park again. It's gonna be amazing, and it's multiplayer too, and it's gonna be great. Yeah,
I'm having a blast.
Nice. Nice.
I accidentally picked an OP class. I picked summoning.
Oh yeah, summoning is good.
It's so OP. It's so fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's such a good time, dude. I'm having a blast. Like, no, like, I thought I did not like turn-based, but honestly, I think it was just like me being in school made turn-based suck because my brain was already just so done, And now that I'm not in school, and most of the time I'm not like thinking to that degree anymore, it's just like, yeah, it's nice to kind of challenge my brain again.
I can feel that, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, that's a good game. As I said, I can't wait for Baldur's Gate 3. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to talk about those? I know you have like games on your list, Kiri, because we talked about them last week. Do you have anything to add to any of them? Let's ask this way. Anything that came up with those games that you talked about last week that you want to add? Maybe.
Actually, no, because Showgunners, I still enjoy it very, very much. I know more about the story now, but I'm not going to spoiler that. It's so amazing.
Nice.
And then Roots of Pacha, I don't know, I still like the fishing. That's all I'm going to say. Very quietly, but still like it.
That's fine. That's fine. We all know how wrong you are when it comes to Stardew Valley fishing.
yeah, I know. Story of my life.
Yeah, no. Just kidding.
Oh, Kiri.
Yeah.
Did your hardcore character end up surviving in Diablo 3?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so hype.
That is a funny story. Thank you. On Sunday I streamed Diablo 3 because I just felt like it, and I hadn't finished the season yet. And I'm playing a hardcore character, so you die, you did. And I was holding off on doing that one thing, but I finished the season, and then I felt brave enough to do that one thing that is not connected to the season but to the altar. Anyway, it's going to the, what's it called? The Echoing Nightmares or Echoing Realm of Nightmares or something, which is kind of an arena. And there are 4 shrines. Enemies just will spawn continuously. The more you kill, the faster they spawn. And you get to a certain level. You have to make it to 126 to get the best reward. And then, if you're not playing a hardcore character, you just die and get out of that realm again. You can't do that with a hardcore character, because you die in there, you die. So you have to then run away from the enemies until an overwhelm bar fills, saying you are overwhelmed, there are too many enemies, you haven't killed enough. And then you get teleported out. Then it just finishes. And I was so terrified of trying that, and I watched a video about it, so I knew what I had to do, and I knew what shrines I had to pick. And then I had lots of Diablo 3 veterans in chat telling me, okay, that shrine, the most powerful one, take that starting at level 100. I was like, okay, got it. So I poured in, I run around, look at the shrines, and accidentally click the most powerful one right at the start.
Oh no!
I was terrified.
Oh god.
I had so much adrenaline. I was shaking, and it was great because I didn't want to lose that character. But I made it.
Nice.
Yep.
That's so hype.
Honestly, it was great, and that's why I like playing a hardcore character. Because if you play softcore, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. And if you have the added pressure of you might lose all your progress, that makes it more interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that a lot. But yeah, great Kiri difficulty moment once again.
But hey, you rose up to the occasion, so you know.
I did. Yeah, I did. I was quite proud.
Nice, GG. That's awesome. Yeah, I spent my weekend, and this is the last game on my list that I'm going to talk about real quick, because I didn't stream it. I deprived chat of the.
How dare you?
Yeah, I deprived chat of the pleasure of watching me play a rhythm game. I grabbed myself on the weekend Hi-Fi Rush. I've been meaning to play Hi-Fi Rush since it came out earlier this year in like January, I think. If you don't know Hi-Fi Rush, it's like almost like a shadow drop. It's by Tango Gameworks, who also made like Ghostwire Tokyo, published by Bethesda, and it kind of just dropped, and everybody's like, "What is this?" And it's a third-person RPG, but it's a rhythm game. So there's music, and you have to hit on the beats in combat, and everything in the world moves to the music and stuff like that. It's really cool. And it just came out of nowhere at the end of January. Like nobody knew it was coming, and it just came out, and it's so good. It's so good. Like I was just kind of waiting for a sale, and I finally snapped and bought it for like 20% off on the weekend, and it's so good. I mean, it's not that expensive anyways. It's £27, so it's not like a £60 title. And it's just so good. It's just so good because you got the music, and you jam to the music, and you're just beating up things, and like the characters are really really nice, and the story, I mean, the story is like not like world revolutionary, but the gameplay is just so fun, and it's lighthearted. It has this really cool like comic book style to the game as well. It's I just really enjoyed it. It's not super like it's fine for me, but it does have like certain simulation sickness triggers that you can't turn off. I mean, it is third person. It's over the shoulder, but like for example, there's screen check you can't turn off, and that sort of stuff. And there's a lot of moments where you also don't quite move the camera. Sometimes you move on rails, and you have to like dodge things and that sort of stuff. So it's not 100% simulation sickness free, friendly. It worked for me. I had no problem, and like it's so good. Oh god, I love it. It's so fun. I played through the story on the weekend. It only took me about 10 hours on normal difficulty, but there is post-story content to do. There's like challenges that you have to find in the levels, and obviously you have to go and look for all of the collectibles and that sort of stuff. It is, after all, a Tango Gameworks game, so there's collectibles everywhere. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to 100% the achievements, because unfortunately they literally have an achievement for beat it on this difficulty, beat it on this difficulty, beat it on this difficulty, and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think I will do that, but I'm definitely doing the post story content, because it's really fun, and the characters are like super charming, and like the story is just, it's kind of like cartoony / like comic-y slapstick humor in there as well sometimes, and I don't know, it's just it's endearing. The characters are endearing, and it's just really fun. And then you've got good music. So they have a streamer mode, so you can totally stream this, and it has like, you know, music that's totally like, you know, totally fine to stream. They just made music for the game, and in streamer mode just has more music that they made for the game. But if you don't play in streamer mode, you have also just some like, you know, you have some Nine Inch Nails in there, and Prodigy and other things. It's just, I don't know, it was really good. It was really, really good. Highly recommend.
That's
just
cool.
like the other 14,000 reviews on Steam, but it's really good. Like, highly recommend it. That was a good purchase. Good. Yeah,
I completely missed that if you hadn't mentioned it before already to me. I just never heard of it before.
Yeah, like nobody did, and then it just came out, and I like a lot of people, like a lot of the bigger streamers that I watch, like played it, and I saw it then, and Violet, Inca Violet played it as well, and it's just it's just lovely. Cool. It's just really lovely. And I really enjoyed my time with it. Yeah, I think we made it through the game section. We did it. Yay. So we are gonna go to a quick break, and we'll be right back with the news. Oh, Lex gets up at 6 for work, so I'm awake.
Oh.
That's how.
Yeah, I don't have something like that.
Yeah. And welcome back to episode nice of the Halcyon Frequency podcast. I'm still here with Suwey and Kiri. I'm FG, and we've got some news to talk about. Indeed, and we've got some. There's been, well, sort of sad news a bit this morning. Nothing dramatic, but Silksong, the highly anticipated sequel. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Okay. I'm just going to note that down, and then I'm going to start us over.
Oh, you could have just left that in.
Oh, but
I think it was funny, but okay.
Okay, we'll leave it in. Fair enough. Okay, no, but Silksong, the highly anticipated sequel to Hollow Knight. Well, we didn't have the release date yet anyways, but Matthew Griffin tweeted earlier this morning, so late night US yesterday, and he does marketing and publishing for Hollow Knight Silksong, tweeted that they had planned to release the game in the first half of 2023, and well, the first half is almost over and it's not happening. They're still working on it. They don't have a release date for us yet. It's a big game. They say it's a big game. They're still working on it. They're not ready to release it yet, so it's basically been pushed back until it's done. We don't know when it's going to be done. If it's going to be a later 2023 release or if it's going to be a 2024 release, they haven't said. But yeah, so unfortunately, Silksong still alive, but yeah, we don't know when we'll actually get to play it, which is, yeah, I know a lot of people are like very much waiting for it to come out.
I'm excited. It's gonna be so cool, I feel like.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. You go.
No, I just, of course, I'm also sad because I was very excited to play it, and they did say it's going to come out this year. So, yeah. But now that we know it's been delayed, we don't know by how long, right? I get it though, and once again, I much rather have a finished game that is working properly, that lives up to Hollow Knight, especially because it's not just this is the first game, because it has to live up to something.
Yeah.
I'm okay with a delay. Sure, please make sure it's finished.
True.
And since they wanted to publish it in the first half of the year, anyways, now we've got Zelda coming out. We're going to talk about that now in a bit. But then also Diablo is coming out. There's other things too that I probably forgot about. So, you know, the first half of the year is holding lots of big releases anyways. It makes sense to just push it back now, honestly.
Yeah. I'd also, like, as you said, I want a finished game that works without bugs. And I also don't want them to crunch.
Well, you know, it's Silksong, there's going to be bugs.
Yes, those kind of bugs, but not the game-breaking kind of bugs,
Sorry.
hopefully. No, it's fine. That's a good point. But, like, yeah, I don't want them to, like, you know, I'd rather they just be like, yeah, okay, we're going to keep working on this, like, normally, you know, normal hours, and we're not going to finish in time, so we're just going to delay it rather than, you know, crunch, and I don't know, maybe deliver a subpar product, because I'm pretty sure they're aware how much hype there is already for this game. So yeah, they probably just want to make sure that it's, you know, it lives up to that, because people are gonna expect a lot. Like, a lot. So yeah, so unfortunately we'll have to wait just a wee bit longer. But I mean, in the long term, like, just half a year doesn't really make that much of a difference anymore, or I don't know, 8 months or whatever, how long it's going to be, doesn't really, you know, we can wait a little bit longer. It's not like we're starved for games, as you said. Exactly. There's so much other stuff to play, and there's always new indie games coming out as well. So We can do it. We can do it. We can endure.
The thing is, we didn't even know it was supposed to come out in the first half already. So if I hadn't seen that tweet then, you know, it would have been also okay because I didn't expect it to come out.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, now we know. At least they're still working on it. Everything's somewhat according to plan. It just takes a bit more time.
Yep.
It is coming.
Yes, it will be there eventually. And there's something else that's coming up this weekend. There's two things actually, but first, I know that's something that Kiri is really looking forward to this weekend. So tell us more about it.
Yeah, Diablo IV is releasing in a month, but now there's a last open beta, and they call it a server slam. So you don't have to pre-purchase the game. It's open for everybody. Started already on the 12th, which I think was Friday. I'm talking in the past now, as if this has already happened. It hasn't, but it doesn't matter. So from the 12th to the Friday. 14th, if you listen this on Sunday when the podcast releases, then you could still play as well. Slam the server. They're inviting everybody to just stress test, basically. You can get the previous rewards from the open beta, like a title and the super cute wolf backpack. But also there's a new reward. If you kill the world boss on a level 20 character, you can get a mount trophy. And originally I said I was not going to play the slam test because, you know, really queues, and it's going to be horrible probably. But they are baiting me with that reward, and I think it's working. By the time you listen to this, I probably have a level 20 character already. Yeah.
I overheard Suwey earlier today actually talking about there being an open beta for the new Street Fighter game this weekend as well. And in this Street Fighter game, like, the interesting thing about it is people can make their own characters, and it's a fighting game.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
How would you balance that? I have like zero interest in fighting games. It's probably like one of my, it's probably maybe even the least favorite character, like you know, like my most hated game category. Like, I don't like fighting games at all. Like, but I wonder how that would work. I guess you just select from like a, how do you balance that? I guess maybe.
Does it make your character with skills and attacks, or just
I don't know. Do
visuals?
They have pre-made skills and attacks? I'm seeing if Suwey nodded. Yes, you're choosing from pre-made attacks and stuff.
Okay.
And you can choose what they look like, and apparently people have made some pretty interesting looking characters.
Of course.
Okay, of course.
Yeah.
I would expect there's going to be a meta very soon then, with everybody playing the best attacks.
Yeah, probably.
I think there's a way to like make a character that's not actually like having to download the game, from what I was overhearing. I'm not getting a yes or no on that, but but yeah, he just said that the skills are like from other characters, and you can just pick from that list.
From a list, yeah.
Yeah, you can make your character in the beta. I was just, Birdie just told me. I'm hearing through the grapevine, you know.
I like the idea of it, but I'm concerned about balancing.
Me too.
That sounds tough, yeah. But I guess maybe also if you do like if you equip X move, you can't equip Y move. Maybe they'll do something like that as well. Where you're just locked out of certain skills if you equip certain other skills. I don't know.
I mean, I know in fighting games there's different types of fighters. So there's like ranged, there's like zoners, which are made to keep you away. There's like close range. So maybe it's like they take from a skill set of the type or something. I just got a thumbs up. I guessed right.
There you go.
Nice.
So yeah, you get based off the type it is. So like zoner, close up, ranged. I know there's more, I just don't know them. This is all like, I have very passing interest, you know. It's just like I hear Suwey talking about it. He loves fighting games. So I just have a little bit of knowledge from overhearing over time.
I see. Yeah, that's like I don't think I ever owned one, but obviously like friends had like, like the Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter on like, ancient consoles. And even back then, like I could just not get the button presses right. like in my fighting game was just like spam this button and spam that button, but because you have to like have these combos, right? It's like triple A B X Y trigger, I don't know, and then you go, and it's just too complicated for my brain to remember. Spin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, like Suwey has a full-on fighting stick that he'll bring out when he plays fighting games. Like he is like invested in it, and I'm over here like I mean I've technically played a tiny bit of Smash Bros.
Smash Bros is probably the one I've played the most, but that's because it's like it feels a bit more accessible, I guess, because it's like Nintendo characters, which makes no sense because it's still complex. Like the movesets are still complex.
Less so. You don't have the like giant combos like you do in games like Street Fighter. Like in Street Fighter there'll be like a 10-15 button combo. In Smash, from what I can tell, there isn't like massive combos like that. It's just like holding down a button while pressing another button, or like pressing left and a button, It's very different. So it
seems manageable.
Yeah,
a bit more, for sure.
I mean, I still press random buttons for the most part when I do play, because I'm at like less than 5 hours ever played. But
it's better fun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, indeed. And then I guess the one big thing that's like has happened by the time this podcast is out, but not yet at the time of recording. The internet is going to explode. Tears of the Kingdom, the new Zelda game, coming out this Friday. Will have come out this Friday. I don't know. I feel like being stuck in like Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, trying to talk about things that have happened not yet in the future, but will have happened at the point of recording. I don't know. It's complicated.
It is complicated, yes. But
yes.
I know that at least Mystery is going to do nothing else on Friday after the release. Like he is going to just dive into the game and not come out again until he's finished, I think.
Nice.
I'd like to say we do invite you all to talk about it in the Halcyon Frequency Discord server.
Yeah, if you're interested. Yeah. The only thing, like I prefer the old Zelda style of games. The dungeon crawly puzzly kind more than these open world games. I have not played Breath of the Wild either. I just don't like the look of it. I don't know why. It's just it doesn't draw me in at all. I prefer the old ones. I know Tears of the Kingdom has basically already leaked. Like you can already like sail the 7 seas and grab it. Obviously, that's very risky, and I would recommend not doing it because, it's illegal. Apparently I've had some things like the game speed is like tied to the frame rate. So there's some things going on, like the big question is like, how will it run? Because like certain releases recently on Switch have just run like absolute crap. Like the latest Pokemon game, oh my gosh, it runs at like 15 frames per second. It's so bad. It's so bad. I've been watching Part-Time Triggered. He's been playing it, and it's so bad. And obviously, like, I mean, Breath of the Wild runs okay. It doesn't run amazing. Like, it doesn't look amazing, right? Because the Switch is just, like, not powerful enough to render it, like, at 1080p, like, 60 FPS, like, super beautifully and stuff like that. They use, like, tricks, right? Where stuff, like, slowly fades in from the background and stuff like that. But, yeah, I don't know how it's going to run and how it's going to look like, and I don't know. I hope it runs well enough, and I hope people have fun playing it. It's not really a game. Yeah, not really for me.
Me either.
I have to admit.
I need more guidance on what to do. Like, I don't know. I started playing the like Breath of the Wild at one point because Suwey has it, and I was bored and I had a Switch. And I got just like not very far, probably like an hour in, and then I was just like, well, what now? Like they gave me this one like super eventual goal, and nothing else. And I was just like, okay, but what's the steps? Like, I know I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, you just go out and explore and you just
I don't like that.
I can understand that. Yeah.
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 Well, as I said, like, I hope people like it. The people that are excited for it, I hope they like it. I hope it lives up to the hype. That's my opinion on the game.
Yeah, definitely. I'll probably try it. I tried Breath of the Wild as well. I never finished it though, but I played a decent amount, I'd say. I really enjoyed it. I'm curious to at least briefly dive into this one.
Yeah, it wasn't quite my no. I miss the old type of Zelda games. They work better for me. They were more, I don't know, the ones with more puzzles and dungeons and all that sort of stuff. I know this one also has like puzzles and then I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Dungeons.
Yeah, don't know. Maybe I just don't like the art style. Maybe that's it. I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on it, but it's not like I don't have games to play, right?
Always enough.
Yeah, indeed. I think that's it. I think we have once again made it through an episode of the Halcyon Frequency podcast. This was indeed episode nice.
It doesn't get old.
Nice.
It does not get old. No, I will keep repeating that, and I'll repeat it again when we hit 69, and maybe also 420. I don't know. All the meme numbers. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining me here on this episode. Kiri, where can people find you?
It's super easy. You can find me on 2dkiri.com. Linking to every platform.
Perfect. And Suwey, where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm Suwey. It's spelled Suwey. I'm Suwey on Twitch, and then on my main YouTube channels at Suwey. I have an archive at Suwey Streams, and then like every social media is at Suwey Streams.
Perfect. And I still am, but also have been FG squared, or FG for short. You can find everything at fgsquared.tv if you want to go look me up. It's got links to all the social platforms as well. And this has been episode 69 of the Halcyon Frequency podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, again, indeed.
Nice.
Yeah, has to happen.
Thanks again to Peter, Paul, and Paul Mile for the music that you are probably listening to right now. This has been Halcyon Frequency signing off. Don't change that dial. I probably messed that up. I'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nice.